they then got down in front of her and they said, now if you open your eyes real big, can you see me? Hello, I'm back again because I've been gone a long time, and we reached 5,000 subscribers like a month ago, and I said I was going to do a video and I didn't do a video. Sorry. Life has been happening, y'all. We had a weather storm. My children keep having school holidays, and I truly cannot function when my children are here with me. I don't get the things done that need to get done, and they don't even bother me. They do nothing that would make it to where I can't do this. But for some reason, I use them as an excuse to not to. I fully take blame for that. Then we had a lot of doctor's appointments. Then it was spring break. And then I had to go to the doctor to get my medication, my happy pills increased. That could have been a big part of it too. I think mental health should not be a stigma. I take medicine for anxiety and mild depression. And I won't say I was sad, but I'm anxious like nobody's business. I'm not sleeping well. I am worried constantly. And you can agree to disagree with me about anything, but what's happening in America is a little scary. And it's affecting my home and my head a lot. So we had to change my medicine. I am feeling better. Can I do anything yet? No, because I still can't focus. But I'm trying to force myself back into things that make me happy, because for some reason I am punishing myself. It's like, if it brings me joy, no. I'm like the soup Nazi. No soup for you. No happy. No, don't do that. If that's gonna bring you joy, you stop it. That's what's going on in my head. But I was thinking, maybe y'all will be what pulls me up and makes me think that happiness is okay. It's all right to not be scared and terrified constantly. It's all right to not feel like that, and to do other things. That is not a bad thing. I need to remember that. Y'all are gonna have to be my reminder. Now this video is supposed to be a celebration, so I am trying to splice throughout it question and answer thing that I did with my mom, that I asked y'all for questions. Y'all sucked at that. I'm just gonna say it. You sucked. I had like 5 questions. 5. I am fascinating. Y'all let me down. That's all I know to say. My mother's fascinating, I'm fascinating, and I had 5 questions. Where were you? Where were y'all? I was saddened. And please forgive the framing of the video that I did with my mom. That room is hard because I can't have my camera too far away because my microphone is on my camera. And then that room is just weird. So it looks like we're filming between 2 ferns, if you know that Zach Galifianakis thing that's on stuff. It looks like that, except I'm leaning in the whole time. And that was my fault. It looks ridiculous, but it is what it is. Also, I need ideas for videos. I am still in a funk with my crochet. I am struggling because, like I said, if it brings me joy, no soup for you. Soup Nazi. It's that. I can't make myself do it. But I do want to keep doing videos for you. And I know before, a lot of you have had questions about techniques or crochet hooks or yarn or books or patterns or designers. Ask me and tell me things that y'all want me to do that don't necessarily require me crocheting something. I would greatly appreciate that because I need ideas. I have some ideas, but I need more because, once again, I said I'm punishing myself. I haven't even been able to watch my friends. I have 2 Instagram accounts, 2 Facebook accounts, one for my business, one for me, and my business one is all crochet. All crochet. I can't even look at it. So I'm like, I don't want your ideas right now. I don't want them. So I'm fighting it for some reason. The medicine has not fixed that, sadly. So I don't know what's really going on right now in the crochet world because I can't even watch my friends. Like I said, I'm a sadist. I need ideas since I don't know what's out there right now. Refresh my memory of what it is that I do so that I know what you're looking for. I have tried to splice in like an 80s TV show because I am a child of the 80s. It is a montage of our time here on YouTube together and moments that I thought were kind of funny because I do think I am funny sometimes. I do tickle myself. I'm not gonna lie. I crack up at my own thoughts because they're stupid. But then I say them out loud and I'm like, well, it's still bad, but it's not as bad. It is kind of funny. So I've giggled at myself while I've put this all together for you. And I hope y'all giggle too, because I think we all need some laughter right now. We all need a little bit of joy. And I take that job seriously on making y'all laugh and giggle because we need that right now. And I want to do my part to help you because I need y'all. I mean, tell me something funny, doggone it. I need that in my life. So if y'all have funny stories, y'all can put them down below too. Talk to me, ask me questions, give me video ideas, and tell me something funny. Please. I don't care if it's a bad dad joke. Bring it. Bring it. I love me a dad joke. And let's begin. It's somewhere over here. There. Put her inside the cocoon. And it's a booger to get her in there because, man, I gotta feel bad. I mean, I'm manhandling this larva. You know, that doesn't look right. It needs more. It shows her butt now. I'm walking a fine line between showing her back and showing her butt. Obviously, I chose the worst option. See, now she's all relaxed. Because she knows you now. Put your petals down, girl. There we go. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to buy Schitt's Creek so I could say that word on my camera and it not be bad. I might say it more than necessary just because in everyday life, that word gets used a lot here at my house. I know, turquoise. Man, I tried to not to. Hi. No, look straight ahead. No, there. Anyways, she's here. She hasn't fallen in like, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
She hasn't broken a bone yet this year. She has not effed up January or February. Really bad.
Or Christmas.
Nor Christmas. She's done really good. I thought it would be good for y'all to get to see her so you knew she was still alive. If you're one of my new subscribers and you don't know, my mother lives with my family and I, and she is totally blind, and she's a big health risk. That's all I know to say. There's a lot of problems, but she's been doing good. I tell you what the magic key is a bidet. A bidet has worked wonders. Who knew that squirting water down there could have fixed so many problems? But really and truly, it is like the best medicine ever is just water squirting down there. It has fixed her like nobody's business.
And
right?
the seat is warm.
And it's got a seat warmer. Yeah, and it's warm water. This is not cold water. This is good old warm water squirting down there, and it's magical. It's like the fountain of youth down there.
And there's a dryer.
Yeah, it is a fancy bidet. We went all out, and it was the right thing. It is the right thing to do. So if y'all have little old people that like to get UTIs and go cray-cray, I suggest try a bidet. Try it. It might be your magical cure too. Last year, right after I made all these lovely stools for her charity, the very week I was going to film a video showing her the stools and start the auction, she decided to fall and break her shoulder and ruined everything. She effed it all up. I was going to show her the stools that she's never seen before that were for her people, that were for the blind. It was a charity for blind and visually impaired children in the state of Texas, and we still hope to do something, but I don't know if the stools are going to work, so we'll see. We'll see. But I thought today y'all could see them because some of y'all have asked how she looks at my things that I've made, how we do that. The first stool I'm going to show her is actually the last stool I completed. It is this one. I took some of the flowers because this is when I was running low on the kinds of flowers I had left. And I just kind of did like this little flowy design where we went from like darker purples and blues across to lighter down to reds and pinks and violets. So that's what this one is. And then this is a butterfly. I've actually yet to sew it on here, but this is a butterfly landing on the flowers to smell them and stuff. These flowers were actually all made by y'all, all of my subscribers. And I just asked for flowers. I didn't give y'all any instructions on flowers, and y'all sent in over 200. And so these are
some really neat.
all of those. Most all of these are acrylic.
What color is this one?
That one's a variegated. It's green and violet and pink.
You think it might be a hydrangea?
No, it's a rose.
Oh, I
It's a
should have
rose.
known.
Yeah.
I do recognize
It's a rose.
a rose.
A lot of these are, I don't know flowers. They've got petals in the middle.
Yeah, and they've
That's-
got the, I don't remember what you call that,
Yeah,
but the middle of the flower.
That's what I said. Petals in the middle. I think that's what I just said.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. You thought I was weird before. Just wait till you see me weird on sinus medication. You've got something coming. Look at her tummy. Just look at that. And these pants that come up over that. Oh my goodness. I just love her. She was coming out of the water and he goes, "Girl, you huge." That stuck with me. And it was huge in a good way, which is why I liked it. It wasn't like, you're too, no, it was huge in a loving, you're hot kind of way. And that's what this girl is. She is hot. Y'all, I was on medication. You just don't think the same way. Man, I love chunky stuff. Is it because I'm chunky? Yes. Dear, I know y'all are wondering, what is that large thing protruding from under his arm? It's a loaf of bread. This is bread. It looks like a loaf of bread, doesn't it? Larkspur. What is that? Now this stool was the 4th stool I did, and this is actually a cake because I was hungry and I was thinking of frosting. I think I actually made a cake the same week I made this one because it made me so hungry. And this is a strawberry cake, which is my favorite cake. I actually made a strawberry cake last week and it was delicious. And I saved a bag of the frosting and I hid it from everyone else. And I've been snacking on it for a week.
This is pretty.
And these are more pastel flowers. And some of them I've layered around the sides. I've stacked multiple ones on each other to kind of spruce it up there on the sides. But see, this is like
That's
2 layers. So this is frosting coming out of
Frosting.
the 2 layers.
Isn't that cool? Is this frosting too?
That's white
And
that I did.
look at the little flowers. And
And then I just made the leaves, but these are all their flowers. I just crocheted leaves to put in there.
Oh, here's another. Is this a rose?
That's another rose. Yes, it is. I think you're going to find all of them.
This is gorgeous. And what colors is it?
These are pastels, and this is the pink stool with white frosting.
Oh, this is so nice. Thank you guys for making all the pretty flowers.
There's kind of a bump over here, and I think that's because her body's sideways. It's fine. I'm a little bit worried about him drinking this much beer because I'm not sure if he's an angry drunk or just, a lover, not a fighter. I'm not sure. I just added the extra because I am extra. When you're having to go down in this little crevice and crochet around there, hell's deep. Right here. Don't do this to yourself if you don't have to. Now this was my first stool I did, and y'all sent in so many beautiful sunflowers. This one kind of has these divisions of like a pie, because again, I think of food a lot in whatever I do. I don't like to crochet food, but I like to think of food and the things I make. So this is that. So this is a cream colored stool.
Oh.
And then I crocheted these lines, these divisions, and separated them, and then on the sides there's sunflowers along each side.
I think this is my favorite. I like this one. Are the sunflowers all orange and
They're
yellow?
yellows and golds with brown centers. Really has helped keep my hair from falling out like it was because menopause is destroying me slowly, but surely it is. This Cindy, that is so plain. Couldn't you do something to zhuzh it up? You should know. I would not ever leave white space like this white. Of course I zhuzhed it. If I were to take this out in public, I know people are going to ask me, what is that? And then I'm going to have to talk. And they're going to hear me and they're going to think, oh my gosh, she's so weird. They're not wrong, but I don't want to deal with that awkwardness, But we can't crochet something for everything. Sometimes we just have to say, put the hook down. Put it down. This is not the time. I don't really like my placement for most of those. I keep like seeing things and I'm like, I'm trying not to be perfectionisty. I also love the Golden Girls. Sophia might be my spirit animal. I love that woman. Sophia and Rose. Really and truly, those two weird kind of stories from all over the place and a little bit grouchy. That's me. It's nice and stable, and then I can carry it around like a little old woman going outside by the pool to play with my yarn and watch my children not play in the pool. It's wonderful for that. Once I started making these, I thought, what in the world was I thinking? This is old and repetitive, and not even you like this much repetition. That is so right. Not even me liked that much repetition. I was wanting to show you different ways to zhuzh. That's the word for this episode, zhuzh. Could also be a drinking game. How many times I'm gonna say it? Zhuzh. That was just a bonus for fun. If you're drinking, go ahead and go get a drink and you can rewatch this and then take a sip. I'm pretty impressed with myself. You're gonna notice I'm pretty impressed with myself a lot in this video. I apologize, but I am. I was like, Cindy, your mind is on point. Kind of, except when it's not. If you don't have finesse, you can have snoop and cussing. It helps too. Now I'm gonna be honest, Tater got a hold of this one, and it wasn't the whole thing, but just the bow. And this is Myrtle the Turtle. This is my turtle stool that I made. And I actually had to crochet all these little hexagons, and they're in 3 shades of brown. And then I took all the flowers that I thought were kind of purples and some of the pinks and oranges and whites, and that's what went on this one, because I thought those were the colors that went best with the green turtle and then the little shell pieces.
Myrtle.
And she's still got her legs on.
Oh, wait. Maybe it's Myrtle I like the best. Look at her big bow.
Yeah, and it's because her neck is real long and it looked weird, so I put a bow on it.
Yeah.
Her neck was just too long.
Look at her eyes.
She's got eyelids. She doesn't have a mouth, so she's not a talker.
Yeah.
But
yeah. That's usually true.
Yeah.
These are pretty flowers, and it has its legs on it. I love this. Oh, this is a pretty flower.
Yeah, that one's one of my favorites. It's purple with like a shimmery thread in there. It's a metallic purple filament that runs through that one.
I do like that one.
It's the centerpiece, but all of these are like, you know, a turtle shell has little sections all over it, so that's what these are, all the little sections on the shell.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Have you touched a turtle shell?
Not since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And I don't remember it that well. Because I'm old.
Constantly trying to think of ways to use this stuff. I don't know what in the world I'm going to do with all this darn black yarn. It was just really a stupid decision. I've made a few of those in my life. This was one. I need to lower this. I felt like Jabba the Hutt with it way up there, and my arms were like resting on my belly or something way up high. You want to sew? I have a sewing machine. Do I know how to work it very well? No, but I've got it, and I've got some things to sew with. Do I know how to do any of that? Not well, not at all well, but I have it just in case. Am I lazy? Absolutely. There is no denying that. His name is 2 Scoops Malone. I don't know why. Almost sounds like he's a basketball player, but he's not. He's a turtle with ice cream on his back. I was really craving ice cream when I made him. That's why he's here. I was hot and I wanted something cold, so I crocheted ice cream on a turtle. Now this one is probably my favorite, and a lot of y'all have said this is your favorite. This is my Dia de los Muertos stool, and I crocheted the skulls all on this, and then I tried to use the biggest and brightest flowers on this one, and it's the black stool. And then I also made this turquoise ribbing to kind of outline things and kind of make it pop a little bit. And there's all these pretty little Dia de los Muertos skulls all around it that I just love. So this is the big one. So Dia de los Muertos, it's basically these skulls, and they put flowers, and there's usually face paint and glitter, and they're beautiful.
So is this a skull?
This is a skull. These are the eyes. This is the nose. It's a heart. And then she's wearing like a flower headdress.
Oh, I like this. Her flower headdress.
And all the skulls on here have flower headdresses all along the sides. And then they have the biggest of the flowers in between each skull. So that's a flower. And then there's
the skull.
There's skulls. And the skulls are all different. The eyes are different colors and different designs to make them kind of pop.
just gorgeous. What is this right here? This.
I believe that's a rose.
See?
It's another one.
And look here. Oh, I wish I could crochet. But it's not meant to be.
No, it is not. No, it's not. The examples they give are AirPods, egg bags, because we all carry around our eggs with us, don't we? We do. I really questioned that one. Who carries an egg with them? Anywhere. There's screw eyes and glue eyes. It has screw and glue eyes, both. And the hand blended thread is made purely by hand. Let me read that again. The wool used is also made of good materials, and the hand blended thread is also made purely by hand. Okay. You can give it as a gift to your friends and family. They will get great surprises when they receive such gifts at Thanksgiving or Christmas or any other holidays. Don't we all give sausage mouth egg holders at Thanksgiving? Yes. Yeah, sure do. We're just gonna wing it here because nobody's gonna know how many stitches are in this anyways. You can't tell. I promise. If you make a mistake, that's between you and the Lord. No one's gonna know. Promise. I'm a very hot, experienced crocheter. Like temperature-wise, not the other kind. Temperature. I'm temperature hot. I tacked the edges of the mouth around here because who wants a loose-lipped sausage mouth? I don't think any of us do, right? I can't look at y'all real straight right now when I said that. They're on their good. That's all I was gonna tell you. Front loops only, slip the next half stitch till the end. What? I know what they're saying, but they said it's so weird. I don't know what they're saying. Thankfully, I know what they said to know what I'm supposed to do, but it's not because of what they said, it's because of what I know. This could be like one of those Puerto Rican kind of chickens. Option 1, stick glue. Our products do not contain glue. I need to prepare that myself. Okay, I'll mix them up right back here in the back. I've named him GW, Gregory Wayne, because most serial killers have the middle name Wayne, and I've known some kind of scary Gregorys, so I thought this would go with that, because he's a little scary. He's kind of cute, kinda. Okay, the first question is, how did I get started in crochet and what's my favorite item to crochet? Let's see, I think I started, I'm not exactly sure, but I think I started crocheting during COVID because I was bored and scared of dying and scared of her dying during COVID. So I think it was to do with my anxiety and boredom. And I had actually crocheted some years and years ago, but it was before there was YouTube. So I didn't know how to do anything but a half double crochet and a double crochet stitch. That's all I knew what to do in a single crochet. All I made were just these very plain, boring blankets, and I didn't know how to read patterns. I think it was the summer of 2020 is about when I started.
That's right, yes.
And I made blankets. Oh my gosh, I made so many blankets. And it was when I was learning what kinds of yarns I like. Let me tell you what I don't like. Cotton, don't like it. And I really dislike, it's that blanket yarn. It's a texture thing. I can't, just, no. You know how some people are with chalkboards? I am that way with that blanket yarn. I can't touch it. And I accidentally, on purpose, because I didn't know what I was doing, bought a lot of it. I ended up giving it to one of Mom's friends because no, I don't like that stuff. But that's when I first began. And so my favorite thing to crochet, because I got really bored with blankets, that's when I was like, I've got to find something else to do. I can't just do all these blankets because these are making me just as crazy as the thought of dying and her dying. The problem was still there. So I started to look into amigurumi, and that's when I started amigurumi. I would say it was around Christmas time 2020, because by that time I had made so many blankets. I was giving away blankets like nobody's business. I just kept making blankets just so I could give them to people, and they were awful. I would also like to say that because there was hardly a one that had straight sides. They were terrible. They were terrible. They looked like they were made by a 10-year-old. But the thought was there. Then I was like, I can't keep giving people these awful blankets. So that's when I started to get into amigurumi. And that became the whole new obsession. And that was just as irritating. But I was coping. I was coping. That was a coping skill. I ran out of people to give stuff to. And so I started my own little business. And so I started making things for others and they could buy them from me. But then I got sick of making things for other people because I didn't like what they kept asking me to make. And most people do not understand how hard it is to make accommodations for every single thing that they want. They think it's just really easy to come up with those designs. And I got tired of trying. So I stopped that. And then I was like, you know what though? I still love it. But I want to talk to other people who do this. And I have this amazing personality. I shouldn't keep this to myself. I need to share this. And that's when YouTube started up. And of course, Snoop, my boy, he's gonna be with us. You know, I had tennis elbow because I'm not athletic. At first I was thinking it could be like vagina, but that would be vagina, which sounds like another word that y'all might be familiar with if you're a girl and you might have one of those. They were on sale at Michael's and I thought, yes, these should come home with me. I nearly bought 4 more, but I didn't because I was like, who needs that many skulls? I know that many dead people. I know a lot of dead people that these could be, but I didn't buy all of them because I don't have space for all these dead heads, but I think they're so pretty. All of that requires a drink. We must pause for interludes of libation and hydration because this is not only alcohol but tonic water. I am libating and hydrating simultaneously. Do the two of you do crafts together when I was growing up? No.
Absolutely not. No. We cooked together.
We ate really well.
And we ate together a lot.
We were good eaters. Crafts, no.
Crafts have just never been for me. I have so many blind friends that can do really cool things, crocheting and those loom things where you make the hats and socks and things. I can't do that. I don't know why, but I can't.
I can tell you part of the reason. Her friends, there is a constant competition between these blind ladies that are my mother's whole little world. And all of them had sight before they lost all of their vision. So they had a way to kind of figure things out because they had an idea of what things were. But she's the only one who never really had much vision to really work off of. And so she has really stiff body movements and hand movements that just don't make doing crafts and things very easy. It's hard to teach her how to do stuff. Ask me how I know. Ask me. Because I've tried to teach her everything possible. We have made ornaments where you string beads. We've done that. We have done
the balls.
We've done Christmas balls where she pins buttons on. She doesn't like things that get her fingers dirty, so painting is out. There are blind painters, actually. There are some really amazing blind painters, but that's never been for her. She actually did sew. She won the sewing award. In high school.
Twice.
Yeah, so, and cooking. She's actually a really good cook. Back when I would let her in the kitchen. Now, no, she doesn't get to go in the kitchen because she is scary in the kitchen now.
Well, and I can't stand up very long.
No.
And I get tired. And sitting at the table, I get tired there too because for some reason I keep sliding out of chairs.
Yeah, just all of a sudden she's just getting shorter and shorter and she's just going under the table. Just slowly going down.
But I can still eat.
Yeah, we still do that really well here. You probably hear him right now. What are you doing? This is why they're snoring. This is tater tot. Tater, for short. Finger puppets. Before electronics, we played with our fingers. That sounded bad. You know what I mean though, right? Really overstuffed my cactus's fingers. So in this tight cotton, he's just really, I mean, look, he's throwing his head back. He's like, no. He is on the middle finger because he's a bad guy. When you're bad, you go on bad fingers. This is my favorite part of Star Wars. It's Han Solo. That's my favorite part. If you like it, you need to put a ring on it. So he's going on the ring finger. If y'all see anybody shower at any part during these movies, I always wonder about that. Where do they shower and go to the bathroom and they just don't eat enough? I don't know how they have the energy to do everything because they are rarely ever eating or drinking. I love you. I know. What is the favorite thing I have crocheted that you like? What is your favorite thing that I've made?
Once Cindy made a pig with babies.
Yes.
Because we know someone who raises pigs, and she made it for him.
Yeah, I made this pig, and it was pregnant, and it had nipples on its belly, and then out its butt, you pulled out 5 baby pigs. It was for my daughter's principal. I was so embarrassed to give that to him, but thankfully he had a good sense of humor and he loved that pig. But yeah, that one was pretty amazing. I forgot about that one. That was a wonderful pattern. My personal favorite thing I've made, that's hard. I'd probably have to say my Cindy kitty, my cat that's drinking coffee, flipping the bird, because it's really a lot like me. I think that's probably my favorite one. Pretty much anything I've made from the Peek-a-Pow books. I give away a lot of the things that I make, but for some reason I can't make myself let go of any of those. So almost any of my Peek-a-Pow patterns of things I've made, those I also love a lot. Do y'all see where the dots are on this? Do y'all notice where they're at? That was a surprise. I didn't think that the tie-dye line would be right there. Right here. Are they weird? Of course they are. I don't make anything that isn't. Just imagine taking your finger and licking that right on up. That's what I've been imagining because I love frosting because, you know, I'm very artistic. I really like artistic-y things like that. That sounds really, I'm not that conceited. A little bit conceited. Once again, I'm on medication. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. If y'all see me sweating, it's because I'm sweating. This one is inky because octopuses, they be inky. Weird. I know, but I don't want to ever, never make her again, ever. I like sarcasm and just pitifulness in my toys. Anybody else like that? Because I knew I was already doing it wrong, I just kept doing it wrong all the way around, so nobody really knows how wrong it is because the whole thing is wrong. But of course, all you saw was it like this, and it looked inappropriate. Shame on you. It's shame, but also my heart welled with pride that I have taught you so well that, yeah, there's nuts up here. Could there not be? No. Sillies. What is my most used crochet book? Peek-a-Pow. And it's the one that I said I was going to do all the characters out of last year, Peek-a-Pow 3. And that's because I was trying to do all the characters out of that one. So I've done like 7 or 8 from that book. And pretty much any of the Peek-a-Pow books are my favorites. Besides anything from Little Aqua Girl, oh my goodness, Arena Lee's books, and also Cut K. Those are some of my favorite designers. This kind of explains my frame of mind at the moment. Obnoxious and then barfy green. Those two, and then we have a middle ground of white. It's just barf, obnoxious, and bland. Now let's talk about what's absolutely killing me right now. It won't end. I hate this thing. Ask him to get you balls for Christmas, fuzzy balls. That'll throw them off. And you can ask him to make them colors. Blue, pink, I don't know. That's awful. Those are terrible colors for you, Guy. I don't like him. Here he is. Here's Ralph. He's tiny. He's not finished. I gave up. That's my coping skill right now. Freezer. And then while I'm in there, I'm probably gonna grab some ice cream. I shouldn't call everything a ball, but that's what these are, balls. I treated myself to something else I'm probably not gonna do. I'm excited. Do I describe what I make to my mom and have her feel what you crochet? Yes.
Yes.
Or can she see a little bit? Nope. Plastic eyes. No vision. None.
Sometimes I have to argue with people about that. Mary Sue, if you opened your eyes, I think you could see better. But I can't.
No.
They are plastic.
They are plastic. One time she was in the hospital. This was several years ago. And they were occupational therapists. And I don't know what was wrong with those people. But I told them, I was like, she can't see. So, you're going to have to help guide her and tell her what you are looking for. And they then got down in front of her and they said, now, if you open your eyes real big, can you see me? Just open them real big. And I was like, what in the world? I said, they are plastic. There is no amount of eyelid opening that is going to help her see anything. And they did it several more times in a different way. And I was like, are these people just they have degrees in something, but this is something there's no training for, obviously. But that was the worst experience. But we've had that argument with lots of people that they think she can just try real hard and see it. It doesn't work like that when there's actually no eye there. None.
The people, when I was working, a lot of the time the ladies would come by my desk and they would say, Mary Sue, you've got the prettiest eyes. And I would tell them, well, for about $10,000, you can have a set just like these.
Yeah, because they're handmade.
They're handmade.
They're handmade. Somebody makes those. I was so proud of myself. I was like, Cindy, you're amazing. I'm really not. I've only been crocheting like 5 years, and it's sad that it's taken me this long to figure that out. Then I was like, Cindy, it's ocean. This is sand. This is sunrise and water and stuff. Sand like this is better because it's not in my crevasses. I don't like sand at all. I don't like beaches. This is real close to that, and it's not in my crevasses. I really like that. If I can't see my toes and see what's down there, I just assume it's dead people or sharks trying to eat me. And it's a no-go. That's why I have a pool in my backyard, and I can see the bottom and I know there's not dead people and fish touching me. Because I've watched enough murder to know if you're gonna hide a body, you're gonna do it in water. And you're gonna sink them, and then they're just gonna and they're gonna touch me. They're gonna find me. I know a dead person's gonna find me. And I'm not, no. Or it's just gonna be the sand of my crevasse. No. Femke de Vogel. I wonder if it's like one of those names where the V's are W's. Vogel. Is it like that? Or is it V's or V's? Because of my intelligence, I need something a little bit more challenging. That sounded so bad. But it's true, I'm so smart. That's a lot. Carlos has some problems, probably visually. He's a little off kilter. What do my kids and husband, what are their favorite things that I've made this past year? I don't know about this past year. Zach usually likes most everything I make. I'm very grateful. He does really like the things that I make. My kids don't really care about anything. Katie, she likes everything, but does she really like anything? I don't know. Lucas, no. The only people who like what I make really is me and y'all. And her. She usually likes whatever I make. And Zach likes what I make. But I mean, Zach's not going to go around taking one of my animals to work, really, necessarily. That's not Zach. He's not going to do that. What channels do I enjoy to watch? I'm assuming you're meaning crochet. I, of course, love my friends on here. Mimi Makes Crochet, Cassandra over at Craftably Ever After, Caroline for the Love of Crochet. I love Elise Rose Crochet. There's so many. I honestly can't think. Since I have not been crocheting at all, it's like I can't watch anything that brings me joy at all. If it makes me happy, doggone it, no. I'm not going to watch that or get ideas because for some reason I'm in a self-punishment phase. So I have not watched any of the people that I usually love to watch, like Tony, TL Yarn Crafts. I like Tiffany Hansen. There's a lot There's a lot. Pretty much, probably if you're watching them and enjoy crochet, I'm probably watching the same things too. There's so many, and there's so many small channels that I really enjoy and some of the big channels I really enjoy. For books that I like to read, like I said, I can't do anything right now that brings me joy. So I have not been reading any books. I also, this person is saying they love biographies. I do too. I love nonfiction. I love fiction too. I like fantasy things. I used to like romance novels, but nowadays I think since I have my own love story, I don't really care about other people's. I think it's what it is. It's like, yeah, yours is fine. I like mine better. I don't really want to hear about it. I'm there. I'm at that phase of being old and crotchety. It's like, I don't care. But I do love science fiction, historical books. I love nonfiction. I love history. I'm a huge history person. So I love finding out why people do what they do. I guess those are my main things. Mary Sue?
I like true crime. Just
oh,
one
yes,
right
murder.
after the other.
Oh, murder, yes.
I love
murder.
Killer Psyche. I was reading a book that is talked about in the podcast. And anyway, I love to listen to those. I like some nonfiction, and I like some fiction. I do like thrillers and mysteries. I just read to enjoy it.
Yes, she reads constantly. If she's not reading constantly, she's watching court TV.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, loves court TV. My love of murder comes from her. Why is that so relaxing? I go to sleep listening to murder. That just lulls me to sleep. Because I honestly think for women, it's not necessarily just wanting to hear all this stuff, though it is that. But it's also like, you've got to protect yourself. And these are the things you need to be looking for. If somebody's doing this kind of weird behavior, they're going to kill you. And you need to be ready. That's how I look at it. This is studying up for death in my mind. So that is part of my reasoning, but too, I'm fascinated what makes people go crazy.
Yes.
If I were ever to change my profession and go back in time, I would have loved to have been an FBI profiler or a psychologist, though I would probably be a very screwed up person if I had done that. Not to say I'm not already, but it would have been worse. But fascinates me. That might be fun, but it's not right. The kids shouldn't be doing that, but I would have done it. I have a feeling this isn't enough filling. Get that. Unlike our previous pattern, we don't have the option to screw or glue. This is just glue, unfortunately. You might hear Tater. He's still with me a lot. I finished it. It looks bad. Not like I did a bad job, but like bad. I think you can tell what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. I'm gonna just test it out here on my dancing cow form. Yup, there we go. I'll be glad when this has a head on it. I don't think I'm gonna make any piece of this that does not make my 12-year-old self giggle because of this shape, and it still needs a head. I'm so broken. I need hydration after working so hard on that. Really and truly, there's nothing that I'm saying right now that does not sound inappropriate. Just nothing. I'm gonna use a marker buckle as that's just so funny to me. A marker buckle. Add a marker. I can't even say. It takes so little to make me happy. I did it again. It is a little bit phallic, but we're not gonna leave it just like that because we have to put a head on. Because we have to put a head on it. Okay if I say they look like nipples? Push it. Push it good. Anybody else like salt and pepper? But I got a nice big head. Oh God, it's a nice size. So it goes on well right now. And then there's that. Wouldn't you know, I'd kind of have to screw it on. Of course I would. I really wish there was a volume control.
I really wish there was a volume control.
I have decided to name my cow Marilyn. Look this way. Don't look at me when I talk to you about this. And her name is Marilyn because my mother, when she was a little girl, they had a cow, and she was a Jersey cow, and she's so pretty. Her name was Marilyn. And the cow Marilyn was named after a cousin named Marilyn, and Marilyn had very large udders, the cow. And so did Marilyn the person. So I thought I should name my cow after my cousin that I never met and the cow I never met named Marilyn. But because there's something similar right here to those individuals, I thought that would go well. I'll see you next time here on the Rumi Mill. Bye.